It did indicate government has outlined some measures to address economic challenges. So we're moving straight to Parliament, where Nanika is joining us via phone to tell us some of the specific measures the Minister of Finance did outline to help address Ghana's economic challenges. Good afternoon, Nanika.
Hello, good afternoon, Wendy.
Can you quickly tell us what the Minister did touch on?
Well, let's just look at proceedings for today. Parliament is expected to rise for a break today. Proceedings are still ongoing. The House is going on with its usual work. But today, the Finance Minister said just finished presenting the homegrown fiscal consolidation measures. And by these measures, it is expected that what is being used to manage the economy would be corrected in terms of measures. That is what I mean, to correct the imbalances that have occurred in recent years, and also to lay the foundation for transforming the structure of the economy. So basically, he started with a 2014 analysis talking about the GDP targets in terms of recent economic development and measures. He didn't mince words that in 2012, the economy was under stress from the single standard policy, looking at the shortfall in grants and the non-realization of revenue from oil companies, disruption in gas supply, and a lot. So with that, it was necessary that, therefore, the country, rather than having a 6.7% budget deficit originally targeted for 2012, we realized an actual deficit of 11.8%. That was for the year 2012. So it was a reminiscence of what actually the year 2012 saw, and the year 2013 also came up with, and also looking at targets for 2014. Wendy, let me just give you a macroeconomic program for 2014. Most of the contributions or arguments on the floor of Parliament after his presentation was the fact that these homegrown fiscal consolidation measures were already evident in the 2014 budget. Those were some of the concerns that were raised. Key amongst them was the tax limits being broadened, the broadening of the tax base and the yield additional revenue for 700 million cedis for 2014, and the realigning of expenditure items in the budget, which of course is expected to address the country's fiscal challenges for 2014. But even in that sense, they had two critical measures for the economy. That was also realized in the 2014 budget. This was a sovereign bond issue, which we understand has obtained approval from the Public Procurement Authority, as well as the Ghana Infrastructure Fund. And we understand there's a proposed bill for that fund, and plans that were put in place for the 2014 budget that was read earlier by the Finance Minister are still on course. So primarily, these were the things that came up. But aside that, when we saw the concerns that were raised after the presentation from the other side of the House, that is the ranking member for the Finance Committee, Anthony Akoto, he raised concerns that there was going to be a moratorium on wage increase. And one of the things he mentioned was the issue of inflation hitting 14% now for the month of February. That he believes is arguable. There's no need for no wage bill increase for the public sector. He believes that there's supposed to be some form of negotiation with public sector workers for at least a cut, or maybe any other solution they would find to that. But we also had some reactions from the chairman for the Finance Committee, James Savage, who stated that he is placing more emphasis on particular measures that would bring some results to the economy, namely that is placing a moratorium on loans as well as contracts. So basically, this is what is happening here on the floor of Parliament. Contributions are still ongoing, and the House is still in session.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Nanika Asai, for that update, and she'll bring us a complete report in a subsequent bulletins. You're still watching Midday Live. She did give us an update on the Minister of Finance addressing the House on measures to avert Ghana's economic challenges. It's still Midday Live.